Cowboy Carter hit #1 on the Billboard 200. Texas Hold'em is was a huge hit. She's the most nominated artist again at the Grammys. I think she's got a great shot. It's going to be interesting though because this is not a typical Beyonce album. Just like Renaissance was more of a dance album than, a traditional R&B pop album, Cowboy Carter is a country album, and it's going to be interesting to see how that helps or hurts it. You could tell me that this kind of reaching across the aisle, appealing to country listeners, does power Beyonce to her very first album of the year win. You could also tell me that, it kind of vexes people and voters a little bit and kind of perplexes them to the degree that, it falls short again.
Mr. and Mrs. Antonoff! Mr. and Mrs. Antonoff, right here.
Yeah, the Grammy nominations always include some surprises and snubs. Obviously, the biggest one to me is that Jack Antonoff, who has won Producer of the Year non-classical 3 straight years, was not even nominated this year. That was very, very surprising. Obviously, the inclusion of artists like Andre 3000 and Jacob Collier in Album of the Year was pretty surprising, as well as Now and Then, the long lost Beatles song being up for Record of the Year, also pretty surprising.
All right, all right. We got it off, right? Jump over that shoulder. And just right towards your right shoulder. And right here.
I think it's going to be a very good night for two artists who are up for all four Big Four categories, which are Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan. I think that maybe they each win one of the Big Four, maybe they win two of the Big Four, but they have had enormous years, and I think they have a ton of goodwill. And obviously, Chappell is the more kind of eccentric and outlandish artiste, and people love it and really, really respect it, and obviously an amazing songwriter. And then Sabrina Carpenter is the hit maker. Like, she has scored three of the biggest songs of this year with Espresso and Taste and Please, Please, Please. This is a good summation of the year in popular music, where you have some hip hop and obviously Kendrick Lamar, his name has to be said, Not Like Us, up for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, I believe. You have the huge pop moments like Taylor and Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan. You have, the best new artists. You look at Benson Boone and Teddy Swims and Shabuzi all having these huge, huge hits. So I do think they address that in terms of kind of just representing the biggest artists and songs and albums of the past year. It's kind of the first and foremost thing that you need.
Bank, Dark Matter, Hackney Diamonds, No Name.
I want and hope that the Grammys figure out the rock categories, because what we see year after year are brand name veterans who are deserving, don't get me wrong, the Pearl Jams of the world and Jack White and artists that have been around for a very, very long time just kind of scoop up rock category nominations because of that name recognition. That's not great. There was a lot of great rock music released this year. I'm really happy to see a band like Fontaines DC score multiple nominations, just because they are a vital rock band, and they are kind of a new school artist. And I hope they win. I think that there needs to be more work done in the rock categories and the alternative music category to really reflect what is vital and essential going on in 2024 in rock and alternative. Amy Allen scoring a Songwriter of the Year non-classical nomination. She could be the first woman to win Songwriter of the Year non-classical. That's obviously a relatively new category. She's had a tremendous year. I'm really rooting for her, and it's an interesting category in itself. But I think she's definitely the front runner in that.